In this sample, we will see how the Thunk AI platform can automate a lot of the work that goes into managing a classic sales funnel process. You will see how your AI can automate lead management from qualifying leads, tailoring proposals, managing follow-up tasks, and ensuring a streamlined workflow. And hopefully what this nets out to is freeing up your time to focus on closing those deals. But first, let's begin with an overview of this Thunk. Every Thunk, as you know by now, is a project that begins with a goal. In this case, to manage Thunk AI's MVP sales funnel. There are two distinct phases in a Thunk. The first is planning, and the next is execution, or running of the plan. Let's first talk about planning. The very first thing your AI does is to understand your goal and automatically come up with a rough plan. For example, in this plan, my AI understood my goal of managing my sales funnel and decided that we will first collect product information, then we will identify potential leads, and for each lead, we'll do a few things, such as qualifying the lead, preparing a proposal for them, meeting with them and presenting Thunk AI, following up with the lead, and finally signing the design partnership agreement. While this was generated by my AI, it is always editable by me. And as you see, in one of the interactions that I'm having with my AI, I asked it to rename the final step of close the sale to sign design partnership agreement, because that's what made more sense for our process. With this plan outline in mind, your AI next comes up with what data we need to track for this project. For example, here, it recommends that we track product information about Thunk and track all the leads that will be flowing through the funnel. It also recommends intelligent status values that we will record for the leads, such as new, qualified, presented to, followed up, signed, etc. Finally, my AI also identifies how it is going to work on every step. For example, in this step of scheduling a meeting and presenting product information, I edited and asked my AI to include relevant proposals as a pre-read, because that's just how I like to run my product meetings. So a plan like this is a Thunk's blueprint, and this is what allows the platform to automate execution of the process. Once planning completes, my AI begins execution. So let's talk about that. During execution, your AI can automatically create tasks for each step of the project. For example, here you see that my AI has created a task for this first step and has worked with me to collect product information and record all of this in the data. This flow tab is a great place for you to check the status of the project and any ongoing work. It shows what work is assigned to who and what the status of the work is. If you're working with a team of people, you can add them to your Thunk via the team pane. People added to your Thunk can get work assigned to them. Here you see I added Scott to my team, and we're both sharing the load of processing our sales leads. Okay, let's now look at the data pane and perhaps a more familiar status view. Here we have a few leads that are being processed and are at different stages in the pipeline. For example, there are a couple in draft mode, data that your AI has not yet started helping you on. There are others that are making their way through the pipeline. There's one that's been signed and one that was assessed as not a good fit. The tasks pane is where you'll see a list of project tasks assigned to you. Tasks are created on individual data or individual leads as your AI progresses through the plan. For example, here, my AI is helping me prepare a product proposal for someone and is waiting on me for something. And finally, we have ways to integrate your Thunk with other applications and systems. For example, you can forward emails to your Thunk inbox, and your agent will understand, route, and react to them. You can also configure other tools via webhooks or APIs for your agent to use as it does work through the Thunk. Let's now look at some data to see what work my agent did on it. Let's first look at how we brought leads into the system. In some cases, I added the leads because I thought they would be interested in Thunk AI. In other cases, my AI helped me search for specific people that meet certain criteria from my LinkedIn. You're also able to forward emails to your Thunk, and in one case, I forwarded an email from Patrick, who I thought was a potential design partner, and my AI read that email and created a row for Patrick in my sales lead data. From here, I can begin work on this lead, and my AI can help me do it. And there you see, it started the very first step of helping qualify the lead. Let's now go back and look at a row that was already processed and resulted in a win, so I can show you how my AI helped me with it. At this point, I must tell you, while the people in this Thunk are all real entities because they came from my network or a LinkedIn search, all interactions that you see in this Thunk are hypothetical. Okay, so Luke works at Hayden AI, and I added him because I think this is a domain and a company that can benefit from Thunk AI applications. My AI first helps by qualifying the lead, doing a web search on Luke and also Hayden AI to find information that might help it assess if Thunk might be a good fit or not. Once it evaluates the lead, it records this information in the data. Next, it's helping me prepare a product proposal. In this case, it's using relevant information that it already has about Thunk AI. Recall the very first step in our plan was to get some product information. So it's using that Thunk AI information and what it's gathered about Hayden AI and has drafted a proposal for me tailored to their domain. Let's take a look. As you see here, it's identified some objectives and proposed solutions using the intelligent LLM platform that we're building that really target Luke's domain. You'll see other examples in this Thunk, like Andrea, who works in biopharma, where my AI tailored the proposal to that domain appropriately. Let's continue with Luke's example. As we have the pre-read ready, my AI then moves on to the next step and is able to help draft an email and calendar invite for Luke that I can edit and send. I run the meeting, and in the subsequent step, I share feedback with my AI on Luke's preference for a specific use case. My AI understands that, records it, and uses this information in drafting any follow-up touch points. Finally, as we negotiate and land a design partnership agreement, my AI is able to draft a starting point for me, take any edits that I have about the agreement, and ship it to Luke. My Thunk is copied on all comms, so as Luke responds, my AI is able to receive, route, and react to that message by appropriately recording the deal status. Here, it sees this email from Luke, routes it to his data, and records his deal status as signed. So that was one data row. Feel free to browse any of the other rows that you see in this Thunk and see how my AI has helped me with the work. Since I own this Thunk, you will not be able to interact or add any data items to it, but you can make a copy of this Thunk from the Thunk Sample page. When you do, you will own that Thunk and you can work with your AI to manage your sales funnel. You can also create your own sales funnel Thunk that models a complex workflow such as mine. To do that, simply begin with a goal. Pick the workflow option, share any details that you may already have, and begin thunking. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think, and please share the word on thunk.ai if you find it useful.